It's like rough, it's textured, it's thick.
Ding, ding, ding.
So meaning you can have increased breakouts. Who wants that?
No one.
No one.
If I'm putting on all of these products, how on earth are they all getting through my skin?
Ask me the last time I was sunburned on my face.
Those poochiol?
Oh, yeah.
You have to think about
Don't
that
let
word.
me say that word.
Retinol is so amazing for literally everything.
Welcome to Fill and Tell, where we spill the tea on all things aesthetics.
We're your hosts. I'm Megan.
And I'm Lauren.
We're here to give you the inside scoop on what goes on behind the treatment room door.
From filler to facelifts, skincare to aesthetic secrets.
We're taking you behind the scenes of the industry with unfiltered conversations, expert insights, and maybe a little gossip along the way. If there is one ingredient that we are always talking about, besides sunscreen, it is retinol. But that's because retinol is so amazing for literally everything.
Yes.
Collagen stimulation, acne, brown spots.
Pretty much everything.
KP, anything
Crepey
you
skin,
can think of.
dry skin. We've got it on the body now.
We do, and it's fabulous.
Yes.
There is OG retinol, like our tretinoins. We're going to get into who are candidates for that, how you can use that. And there's also our tried and true, which is Alpha Ret and Retinol Skin Therapy that are a little bit different forms. So we'll go through anything from why we use them, the pros and cons of them, how you can kind of get through the retinoid uglies. And we're also going to leave you with some product choices and why we feel they are often superior.
Absolutely. Yes.
So what is vitamin A? What are retinoids? Let's kind of cover that without too much sciencey things, and then we'll get into the good stuff.
There is a lot of controversy, though, on retinoids. And it's like, okay, let's pick something else to be super passionate about. But the people who are passionate about the myths out there on retinoids, I think, blows the internet up. And people get so hyped about vitamin A and retinoids, and I think they have it all wrong.
I agree. Retinoids, specifically like tretinoin for acne, has been around for 50 years. It is probably the most studied ingredient in skincare.
Skincare, yeah.
For valid reasons, though. Like we just told you all of the things that it does. At its core, vitamin A is a vitamin that is sort of essential for our bodies. We have it in our bodies. It's great for immune function, for vision, but also skin health. It literally makes our skin healthier.
Right.
Through its processes of like collagen stimulation, skin cell turnover, things like that.
But let's also, like, for the crunchy people of the world,
Okay.
It's not carrots. You can't just eat carrots.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And get enough vitamin A to change your skin. You'll look orange. You will turn orange. But
No, this is true, like retinoic
Topical.
acid.
there is an oral form of vitamin A, which we can go into a little bit more, which is your Accutane. But your foods that you're eating, the things that you're putting in your mouth are not going to be enough, I don't think. Yes, of course, healthy living, but aren't going to be enough to transform the skin. It's just not the same.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like when I had just touched on it being vitamin A, like this is a fat soluble vitamin that we have that we can of course ingest more of.
Right.
But no, like this is a true like retinoic acid form that is helping our skin health. And this is truly like changing gene expression and the ways that our skin cells behave. And that's why we are all about retinoids, why we will never sort of get over it.
It's the number one, outside of sunscreen, anti-aging product that you can use. Probably the cheapest product that you can use outside of sunscreen. Those are the two, I think, that are going to be the most bang for your buck and transform the skin the most. As long as you can find one that you can tolerate, which is that's the biggest riff when it comes to retinoids. But if you can find one that you can tolerate, it really is, you just stay on it forever.
Yeah, agree. So I know we touched a little bit about it, but let's go over the pros. The pros, the main one or one of the biggest ones is skin cell turnover.
Right. So what is that? What does that mean when we say that? For anyone listening, skin cell turnover. As you age, the skin cells sit on top a little bit longer. So that skin, when you're a baby, turns over really quickly. And then as you age, unfortunately, 30s and beyond, we get into 45 days, 60 days. And so you've seen the caveman trend, right? Like,
No.
You haven't on TikTok?
I'm surprised I haven't, but tell me about it.
Okay. So I don't know how these people are doing it on TikTok.
Oh, I think okay, yeah. Tell me.
So they're not taking off their makeup. They're not doing anything. They're just like sleeping in their makeup, reapplying it the next day, and just like going on and on and on. And you can look at their skin and it's like rough, it's textured, it's thick. So that in a sense is like delayed skin cell turnover, but they're forcing it to happen. Your skin will naturally turn over, but this is just increasing that substantially so that your skin health is constantly just like at its peak performance.
Yes,
Wow.
exactly.
Peak performance was the most difficult phrase.
If Lauren's mouth moves a little bit differently in this episode, it's because her lip flip is like
On
5
fire.
days in.
On literal
And
fire.
she can't say her P's and B's.
So,
Okay.
now that we pointed that
We
out.
digress. Cell turnover literally speeds up the rate at which new cells come to the surface.
Correct.
So the myth is that retinoids thin the skin, and ding, 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 they do. They thin the top layer of your skin that you want to literally shed off.
Right.
You don't want those dead skin cells sitting at the top because they make us look dull.
Right. Thin skin is not a bad thing for this purpose.
Exactly, for that top layer.
Exactly.
We want it gone. We want it to bring about new, healthy, radiant, glowing skin cells. But the key is that the bottom layer, or
dermal
our
layer.
dermis, it actually thickens.
Correct.
And this is through increased cellular turnover.
Right. It's increasing collagen and elastin. And so, yes, you're getting that thin layer, you're getting all that skin cells off, and then you're thickening the important layer, the layer that has all the blood vessels and everything that you want to function properly. It's thickening that up.
Yeah, and that's why it's so great for improving fine lines and wrinkles.
So the myths, we've cleared them up just right there. Yes, it thins the top layer of your skin. Is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. And then we're getting thicker, healthier tissue underneath.
Yeah.
And cheapest anti-aging. So all of that has been cleared.
I mean, retinoids are the gold standard for your photo aging reversal. And what I mean by photo aging is aging from the sun.
Which we've already talked about, that makes you look old.
Exactly.
That's the number one way. It's not your wrinkles. It's not your fine lines. It's not what you come to us for Botox and filler for. It's your pigment.
It is. And, you've heard us on our high horse about you've heard us on our high horse about sunscreen.
Yes.
But this is your other anti-aging tool, like Lauren said, that's very cheap, that actually has been proven to remove your brown spots and help them kind of come to the surface so they slough off.
Yeah.
Another pro, really quick, is the acne benefit.
It was originally, and typically if you're getting a prescription strength, that's what it's approved for, acne. It's not necessarily approved for anti-aging. Your insurance isn't going to cover it for you, but if you do have adult acne, teenage acne, insurance does cover at least prescription strength.
Especially if you're oily and you feel like a little bit of the acne kind of comes from the sebum production. That's what tretinoin and those prescription strengths are great for, is decreased oil production. So it will really help your skin look better all around. It's going to help your acne. It's going to help reduce the clogged pores and the blackheads and stuff.
But let's talk about the worst part of it.
Okay. Cons.
This is why we have very particular retinoids that we like, because the cons are, I think, pretty significant. So you can purge, so meaning you can have increased breakouts. Who wants that?
No one.
No one. You can have redness, irritation, photosensitivity, just like dryness overall. And I think that, at least again, my personal preference is an alpha-ret technology, but those are hard for patients to go through. If you're like willing to power through, go for it, and it's going to take you 6-ish weeks, I think, if you can be consistent. It's a hard period.
Yeah, I was like looking through a little bit of research on purging, because I feel like purging is such a hot topic on TikTok too. So I'm like trying to actually do some research. You should only purge for like 2 to 4 weeks, but if we really think about that, okay, that's a month of purging. That's pretty hard for some people. The reason why you purge is that increased cellular turnover. So it's just like making kind of the acne that was already there come up to the surface quicker.
But think about how, if you get a pimple and you text me, I cannot tolerate you texting me every day, multiple days for 4 weeks if you were just going to get on a tretinoin, right?
Do we think that's why I get acne after microneedling? Is microneedling increasing cellular turnover?
Definitely.
So then that's probably why.
Yeah. And I guess maybe you're like a little bit more acneic and oily prone skin.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get, I mean, again, the life of social media, just like our jobs, downtime, people not wanting to like, you don't want to go through that. And I am totally like on board with people I don't think like it's, some people love like it's worse before it's better type of thing. And I'm the product choice that doesn't necessarily have to go through that. But there are some lines out there that really are pro purging.
Yes, they are. And I think like me and you and others who, for the most part, like have a healthy skin barrier, don't suffer a ton from acne, don't have deep lines, can get away with it. If you have really bad acne, one, you should consult your dermatologist, but two, you will probably need a prescription strength, whether that's topical tretinoin or oral, like Accutane. And or if you are like in it to win it, and you have these deep lines, and you want to accelerate it, and you want to be on a 0.1% tretinoin, like you will probably get there faster. It's just you're going to go through that, what's called the retinization period, which is, like you said, irritation, dryness, kind of scaly skin. It's because, again, it goes back to your skin cells are turning over, and so they're kind of just like sloughing off very quickly.
Right. You have to kind of get used to it.
Yeah. Or TikTok likes to call it the retinoid uglies, which is like the purging, the irritation. If you do have this, if you're going through it right now, just make sure you're using sunscreen and you're moisturizing. And it will go away. It sucks. It does. And we get it.
So when it comes to your retinoid, though, there are some things that you can do. If you're using tretinoin or even some of the stronger over-the-counter products, you want to, I'm talking a small amount. So pea size is what you hear, tiny little bit on the tip of your fingertip. You don't think it's going to be,
chocolate chip.
Yeah, you don't think it's going to be enough. But if you do that, I like to just like dab all over, and then you've got the product everywhere, and then you spread it in and it will spread in totally fine.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest misconception is like it's not a full pump.
Depending on, if it's a tretinoin, it's definitely,
it's a tiny little
not a
amount.
Quarter. Yeah.
So, and your results are not going to get better doing more. That's a huge misconception.
Right.
Like, if I just,
more is not more.
No, not in this case at all. So pea size amount and using it. So again, if you're using prescription tretinoin, using it every other day, 3 times a week, something like that to ease yourself into it is going to be best. But again, the consistency is really what comes from the benefit of
using it.
Of retinoids.
And again, I think it's like if you have really bad acne, you should try to do it more consistently and probably be at a stronger dose. But again, that's consulting with your dermatologist.
Yeah.
And like Lauren said, if you can do it at least 2 to 3 nights a week for your tretinoin, then you can probably get through that retinization period okay.
A little bit quicker, yeah. There's a couple of other tips.
Pair it with a moisturizer.
Yes.
If you have sensitive skin, and whether you're using a retinol or a true tretinoin, which we will get into, you can do what's called like a retinoid sandwich, which is moisturizer, tretinoin, moisturizer.
Right.
You could even do that with a retinol too. Some of them are a little bit harsher. Definitely use a moisturizer.
Yeah.
Definitely use sunscreen. You can apply like Aquaphor around your nose and kind of around your mouth where you get that irritation.
Yeah.
That can act as a barrier.
Yes, doing that before will certainly help in those sensitive areas. And you definitely don't want to get it, there are some retinoid safe eye products or eye safe retinoid products, but I have gotten some bad eyelid like burns before.
I remember Krista walking into work one day and her eyelids were so like beefy red. I'm like, what the heck did you do? And she's like, I wanted to put my tretinoin there. I'm like,
on the thinnest skin on your face.
Like right here. I'm like,
right, cellular turnover for your eyes. You don't necessarily
and your neck.
need very
I feel
much.
like your neck is more tender, which is interesting because.
So using a true neck tretinoin product or
Or a body one?
neck retinoid product is definitely better, more sensitive, thinner skin there that you have to be a little bit careful for, or careful with.
Another thing that I've seen on TikTok is that people will mix their bottle of like tretinoin into their moisturizer bottle. Definitely do not do that. I do not advise. One, it can degrade it, and two, like when you are mixing something together, you don't know if it's applying evenly. You don't know the distribution of it, and so
I've told patients to do that.
oh, I wouldn't do that.
I do think it probably weakens the product a little bit, and I do agree that you don't know the amount that's going to be in that.
Yeah.
Maybe if you get up a good mix.
Good little
For your body. I think it's hard with bodies, because the body products that are good are expensive. If you have the budget to spend it, I think go for it. Absolutely. Like I use a ton of body products, but if my patients really want some benefits and they're a little bit more cost conscious there, that's going to last them a long time in a CeraVe bottle. Yeah. But you don't know what you're getting exactly.
Yeah, I think that's my only thing, but you could definitely try it. I feel like the
body's the easiest place to try it.
We know the body is much more
durable,
less fragile than the face. So, okay, you've heard us talk about like we've thrown around the word tretinoin, we've thrown around retinol. What all are these things?
Yeah.
Tell me, break it down for me. All the derivatives of vitamin A.
Yeah. So vitamin A or retinoic acid is your main active ingredient. So that's your tretinoin. It's already at retinoic acid.
Yes.
Then you have, starting at the bottom, you have retinol. It has to get converted to retinaldehyde, and then that gets converted to retin A or vitamin A. So the thought process is if you start out lower, it's a little bit more gentle. Your retinaldehyde is going to be a little bit more potent, but still has to go through that one conversion, so still can be a little bit, again, more gentle. And then your retin A at the top, no conversion needed. You're getting like all the full
true
effects.
Active form, yeah.
So that's kind of when you're looking on your shelf, when you're buying products, just know retinol, most gentle, retinaldehyde, medium, retin A, most.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you are looking for aggressive anti-aging, retinol probably wouldn't be where you start. I mean, this is beginner level. This is sensitive skin. Mm-hmm. It's about like 20 times weaker than retinoic acid, aka tretinoin. Mm-hmm. And I really don't feel like retinol is as effective for acne.
No.
Like acne is a whole nother ball game. Just for anti-aging, I would go somewhere around like retinaldehyde, or our favorite, which is alpha ret.
Yeah.
And we'll get into kind of what that is in a second.
I think that even some of the retinols though, like, and I think just because the formulation's a little bit older too, like if you get a 0.5 retinol or even a 1.0 retinol, it can still be irritating though.
Oh yeah.
And I think the technology, and we know a lot more, so like going for those mid or upper tiers, there's just a way to incorporate it where you're getting a little bit better product and you're not having to go through a sensitivity issue.
I agree. I feel like SkinCeuticals retinol is
strong.
So harsh.
I know.
And it's supposed to be that like that weak point, that bottom tier. Remember, retinol to retinaldehyde to tretinoin.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I've seen so much irritation with SkinCeuticals retinols versus like we love Skin Better's Alpha Ret. Mm-hmm. And technically, Alpha Ret is your retinoic acid, actually.
Yes, already.
But they have this really cool technology that pairs it with lactic acid. And so that literally, it gets you past those retinoid uglies that
immediately.
Yeah, because it helps you exfoliate it off.
Right.
Which is really cool.
It's so nice.
I wanted to shout out the product Bakuchiol.
Oh, yeah.
You have to think about
Don't
that
let
word.
me say that word.
Lauren with her lip flip could not say that. Bakuchiol is a retinol alternative because we're going to talk about who's a candidate for any retinol and who is not. If you're pregnant, you aren't really a candidate to be using retinol at this time. And so Bakuchiol is a great alternative. We are on the Bareface Advisory Board, and they have a fantastic product called Overachiever. Mm-hmm. This is sort of like your all-in-one, your overachieving serum. Yes. It has bakuchiol in it. You can use it morning and night. It has some anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. So you sort of get your retinol alternative even though you can't use retinol because you're pregnant.
Yes, and also the DEJ Daily Boosting Serum
Oh,
has
yeah, yeah,
bakuchiol
yeah.
in it, and
We
it
love
has
that.
been. I've been using it a lot recently, and I've like really been liking it a lot. It's got a lot of peptides in it. It's got the bakuchiol. It's like it is your boosting serum. So
Yeah.
between those two, those are like the best I think out there to just kind of up your results. Or if you need something that's pregnancy safe, those two are gonna be the best.
Agree. We went over probably the most common myth, which is, will it thin my skin? And we already know that yes and no, but for long-term skin health, no, it doesn't thin your skin. It actually makes it thicker and healthier. What about, okay, so let's go into pregnancy breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Can I use a retinol if I'm pregnant and or breastfeeding?
So breastfeeding, yes. Pregnancy, talk to your OB. I will probably. But
tell us why.
to
Tell
each
us
their own. The pregnancy, problems came from really Accutane,
Exactly.
oral vitamin A. Obviously, we know you should not do that. When you take Accutane, your vitamin A levels are at an super, super high level, and which is why it helps your skin so much. But
you get birth defects.
Bad. Okay, so that's where this came from. And then, of course, we all know this. No one studies on pregnant women because it's unethical. So because all of that came out, it just kind of got grouped into the same thing. Your topical Retin-A, you're getting a 1% systemic.
Yeah.
I think less than that.
Yeah.
You're getting such a small amount. It's not even close.
And then,
it's not even in the same ballpark.
Agree, 100% agree. And with breastfeeding, you certainly can.
Right.
Unless you're putting your retinoid on your nipples, you should be good.
You're gonna be fine.
I don't know who's doing that, but
I guess if you were using Alpha-Ret Body, but just spare that area.
Don't put it on my nipple.
I don't either. So yes and no. Just check with your OB. I'm not telling you to use it. I'm just saying I probably will.
Agree. What if I'm on X strength? Do I need to have a goal to get up to the highest strength, or
No.
am I good with whatever strength I'm on?
I think a lot of people think that they should, and they'll force themselves to go through extreme amounts of purging to get to this 1.0. It's not necessary. And actually a study came out not too long ago, anti-aging, this is what we're talking about, because for acne, I think it's beneficial. Anti-aging, you get as many benefits on a 0.025 as you do at a 1.0. You just don't have to struggle.
Agree, 100%. And if you're a little bit oily, you like me, you can probably tolerate anywhere between 0.025 and 0.05. So if you're looking for it for just anti-aging, stick to that.
Yeah.
Be consistent. But here's the thing, what Lauren just said is if you are thinning your skin so much and wrecking your skin barrier,
right,
then you're actually doing more damage than good. So if you are living life and you are on a 0.025, you're using it for anti-aging, it helps keep your acne at bay, you're up to 4 to 5 nights a week, you are literally living in the gold.
Yes. Just keep it. Don't change it. Why
do I have to use it at night?
So I think that people used to, and it does make you a little sun sensitive, but that's technically the reason that we say to use it at night. It breaks down with sunlight.
Exactly.
So that's why you'll typically find it in opaque bottles, they're dark bottles, they're opaque, they're not clear, you're not seeing through them, you don't want any light getting in there to deactivate it. It does make you a little bit more sensitive at first. There was people tell me the craziest things because they're like, oh, I don't use my retinoid in the summer.
I know. I want us to debunk that myth. You can use it in the summer.
Yes. You can do everything like normal. I sit out by the pool with my hat on and my umbrella. I swim. I play tennis. Yes. Megan walks her dog so much. Hikes, all kinds of stuff. We are literally outside all the time. Ask me the last time I was sunburned on my face.
Exactly. And it certainly, you weren't sunburned from using your retinoid. You probably just maybe had too many margaritas.
Yes,
and forgot your hat.
So and didn't reapply. So just stop not using your retinoid in the summer.
Yes, agree.
All year round.
Use it all year round.
Just like your sunscreen.
Like Lauren says, it's just that the medicine can degrade from light. Right. It doesn't have AHAs in it. Well, technically the tretinoin doesn't. That's what makes you light sensitive.
Yeah.
So,
all right, and we just covered that. Can I go outside? Yes, of course you can. And then, okay, using it in your routine, you want to do it at the end, before your moisturizer. So thinnest to thickest products always. I get a lot of questions, I'm sure you do too. And now with Due State launching, I think that a lot of common questions you get is like, well, how do I use these products? And so many of the product lines that we choose work so well together that you can really use them at any point. Just go thinnest to thickest when in doubt. But retinoid, doing it at the end of your routine before your moisturizer is good rule of thumb.
It will still work. My boyfriend Zach is like, if I'm putting on all of these products, how on earth are they all getting through my skin? I'm like, well, your skin is an organ and it sucks it all up. So,
sure is.
And clearly, even if you have a 10-step routine and you use, I bet you, if you used your tretinoin every night, promise you would probably go through the retinoid uglies at some point.
Yeah.
So we know that these products are potent enough to be used at the end. And like Lauren said, thinnest to thickest is usually best.
All right. So some of our favorite products, my favorite, I'll just go ahead and say it, is Alpharet. It's like my desert island pick. It's coming with me. I travel with it. I don't skip my retinoid when I'm traveling. I don't do anything different, but it is my like ride or die. I had a hard time using tretinoin and I couldn't be consistent enough where I was, okay, when did I use it last? I was using it on a Monday, so it's Thursday. I technically skipped 2 days. And so it's just hard. I think that the every other night or only using it 3 times a week, it's just difficult for the average person to remember. So this technology, like Megan said, is retinoic acid. So it's already at its highest level. It doesn't need to be converted, but it's also mixed with lactic acid, which makes it gentle. And that's how you're really preventing needing to go through, like you don't have, 98% of patients have no redness, no dryness, no irritation, no purging.
And that's using it every night.
Every night, right off the gate. And so the Alpharet line has so many products in it. It's got an eye product, body.
Yep.
Clearing serum, which has a little bit of salicylic acid in it for acne-prone patients. OG Alpharet, and then an intense Alpharet. So
which has more glycolic
there's so
in it.
many. There's one for every person, and I'm obsessed with the technology.
I think it's fantastic. And Lauren prefaced that this was her OG because she knows that I do love tretinoin. I think that I've just been able to tolerate it a little bit better than some. I have more oily, more acne-prone skin. I really try to stick to my 0.05, but I 100% agree that it's very challenging to remember what night I've done it. So for anyone out there who's using tretinoin or isn't sure, which one to use, I think there's 3 ways that I try to incorporate Alpharet. It's 1, I use it just every night and I forget the tretinoin.
Right.
2, for people who maybe for whatever reason want to work up to tretinoin, you could do your Alpharet every night until you can work up to tretinoin. 3, the way I use it is I use my tretinoin some nights and then I put in my Alpharet on other nights.
Yeah.
But I think I second everything Lauren said about Alpharet. It is the most amazing technology. We have it on Due State for a reason because this is our tried and true. And I love also that not only does it has your retinoic acid and your lactic, but it has a little bit of glycolic
so
and some niacinamide. So you are moisturizing your skin, you are using a retinoid, you are doing a little exfoliation. I mean, it literally is the best product ever.
And then if for some reason you are in that 2% category that can't tolerate it, you can drop down to a retinaldehyde product. We love the barefaced product. It actually feels a little bit like silicone. They've done a good job at packaging and formulating it to where I think that's the tolerability comes from. And then our Revision DEJ Night product has retinaldehyde in it as well. And so those are some alternatives if for some reason you fall outside of the category of needing a true retinoic acid.
Yeah. So I hope this helped everyone understand retinol or tretinoin or whatever your dermatologist is talking about. Of course, if you have any questions, DM us.
Yes, let us know. And then you can get Alpharet and you can get Revision on DueState.com now. So if you want to try those, you can head to that website and we will send them to you. And then like and subscribe to our Instagram, our YouTube channel. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Share this with your friends who maybe don't believe all the retinoid myths that we discussed, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.